This sequence is a major sequence that Joe Pancake and John Fraser choreographed, yeah, and this is it's a derailment, pretty much to real trains as you possibly can get.
As far as I know, no other film has actually filmed in camera a train derailment. The railroad guys are just, you know, it goes completely against everything that they've trained their whole lives, which is we're going to purposely derail a train.
You can do it with you know, special effects, or you can do it with models and stuff, but for me there's nothing like the real thing. I think all my movies reflect what I do. I always put the audience in the seat of the real vehicles, in the seat of an airplane or a race car, or in this case a train.
The derailment sequence, we actually brought the 2 locomotives out a month ago, and we've spent 4 weeks here. It was transported here, it was assembled on the track, and then we had to do some art direction. You know, we had to add all the little pieces that make it look like a locomotive.
We made the lower half of the trains back in Hollywood, all the brakes, the mechanics, the engines. We brought those out here to Emporium, Pennsylvania, and we've taken the top of the other trains that they scrapped out of Ohio, and we've fabricated those to the top of our chassis. What that does is that it basically makes a complete train.
In this is an FL-70 Freightliner. We bought a complete truck from Ryder Lease Return, chopped the middle of it, shortened it up 85 inches or so to the proper length for the train. So this only drives on one out of the 12 axles. The real train drives all 12 axles. But all we have to do is maintain speed to get to the event and flip it. It's geared down, it'll do 46.7 on paper right now.
We have fiberglass panels that mocked up the chassis of the train. These normally cast iron chassis, and we took and made them out of fiberglass to give you that bulk and that shape.
Instead of being 400,000 pounds stripped a piece, 800,000 pounds to roll, we're going to be in the neighborhood of 125,000 pounds. So instead of almost 1 million, we're 125,000 pounds that we got to flip over. Huge advantage. On the day, we'll have our coordinator in this. He'll have 3 cameras to look at, forward camera, backup cameras we're maneuvering, but his 3rd camera will be on the catcher. Here is the catcher. Now this catcher is going to encounter an 1.5 inch ring of cable that is attached to a dead man perpendicular to the track. And when it catches it, all the spikes are on it, so when the train flips around, it doesn't come off. We've still got a hold of it. Train runs in, grabs the ring, and as they go through the arc, of course, it starts pulling the train off the track.
One shoot that one this way, so one this way, and then that way.
Yeah, depending on...
So keep, you mean the orange mark?
Yeah.
Good. And keep that one looking this way, like you got it set up, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
I believe there's 14 cameras, and they're placed in various locations. Some of them are operated. A lot of them are going to be lockdown shots, because obviously when the train derails and jackknifes and slides, we really, you know, they can estimate with engineering and physics how far it's going to go, but you really don't know how far it's going to go.
This is Joe Pancake and
Richie Schwamp.
Richie Schwamp. These are the guys that are going to drive the train. That'll teach them. Yeah.
We drew the short straw on this one.
You got the short straw. So what's going to happen? Joe and Richie are going to crank it up to 80. Joe and Richie are going to crank it up to speed, starting a mile out, yeah?
We're a mile back, yes.
They're a mile back, and as they come through here, Joe's going to do his thing here, which is hook the eye of the needle here and blow this, correct, Joe? Cars are going to come off the track and slide, and we try to guesstimate where they're going to end up.
Train is moving, Tony. Train's moving. Stand by. You're going to give me the roll. So I'll give you a visual. The visual will tell us to roll. Right, guys, we're ready for the cue to roll here. The train is moving. Okay. Stand by.
Brooks, you're going to run with the action, you're going to overtake the action, and I'd be reluctant to try and slow down. It's almost like you're pivoting around. And then in terms of helicopters, it's a similar deal. You're just trying to get the point of impact. Fred, you're like that. Alan, you're coming over the top, and we're trying to get counter 180s like that once it's happened.
20 seconds. 20 seconds away. Should we roll now? Here we go. Yes, roll. Roll.
If the camera's not rolling, we're not aborting. Don't even come on the radio. If your camera's not rolling, your camera's not going to be in the movie. We're not aborting this shot.
Once the train starts rolling a mile away, where is the point of no return?
If we rounded that corner, we're not stopping.
That looked great. We stretched every safety thing we had to the max.
Yeah, I got out and noticed the cable was a little taut. Yeah. But you know what? I tell you what, it worked because we felt that, but we didn't feel that. It's just like we almost
that's
slid
the thing
to a
about it. When I
slow
was looking
stop.
at it, I thought I saw the arms go up, and I'm expecting to see a jerk, and it was just picture
Slid
perfect.
to a nice, gentle stop.
It's almost like, why am I standing here? There's two locomotives coming at me. I'm watching the 6 o'clock news here. From the original concept, Tony didn't want the train just to fall off the tracks. He wanted it to jackknife and slide. So it was like a two-part effect. First I'll get it off the tracks, and then the second part, I'll snatch it and pull it sideways. So for the first part, we built what's called a moment arm here. What you're looking at is a big arm, and it's got a nitrogen cylinder on it. And we put about 1,000 pounds of pressure in it, and then when Joe Pancake got to a mark, which you saw the big target, he pushed the buttons,